So we discussed last night about how the people who stole the show at the State of the Union, it was Representative Al Green, and he normally does an awesome job. He's always in the news when it comes to the State of the Union because he's always doing some based-ass shit. But he held up a sign that said black people are not apes, clearly alluding to the fact that Trump reposted some bullshit on Lie Social, which portrayed Michelle Obama and Barack Obama as monkeys or gorillas or apes. And then, by the way, one of the Republicans grabbed that sign and ripped it up. You can't make this up, how loathsome these people are. So he was kicked out for holding that sign. But then you also had Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. And they went Insky. Ilhan Omar screamed at Trump, "You killed Americans. You killed Americans." Okay? There was another part where Trump was bragging about stopping 8 wars, which is just like a preposterous and easily debunkable lie. And one of the Democrats screams, he goes, "Why are you not standing for that? Why are you not clapping for that?" And one of the Democrats goes, "'Cause you're lying." And so the right was melting down over all this shit, of course. And it's incredible to me how it's like the double standard is so severe that he can get away with literally he's literally getting away with rape of children because of Republican politicians, okay? And they have the nerve to be like, the Democrats are being mean. How could they be mean to Trump? He's such a precious little flower who's never done anything wrong ever. So here we have Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy, former MTV Real World star, Road Rule star, total hack freak. And listen to what he has the nerve to say here.
And Democrats, in essence, sat down for all of them. You had Congresswoman Tlaib and Omar. They were heckling the president through the whole speech. I'm not sure if you could hear it, but it was incredibly distracting. When someone yelled, "You lie" at Barack Obama, America lost its mind. The whole speech, you had hecklers of the president. Even if you don't agree with him, you should respect him enough to listen to him. And you talk about what happens in Congress. You had the former speaker on. And again, where does it start when you have a speaker that stands behind the president and rips up a speech? Where does decorum come back? And I'm looking at Democrats to go, listen, be an American. Applaud great issues the president raises. Just because you don't like him doesn't mean it can't be an American issue that you support.
Just in point of fact, I understand you're saying that when President Obama said things, you would not sit in protest, even when he was bringing up Americans who were heroic, et cetera. President Trump did say during his speech about all the Democrats, not just one congresswoman or another, but all of them, he said, quote, "These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy." But that's not something we ever heard from Obama or Biden from that stage.
No, listen, we've never had a speaker rip up a speech either.
Whatever happened to decorum? Yeah, Sean, whatever happened to decorum? That's a great question. I think maybe Trump killed it when he called the Democrats the enemy within, and scum, and terrorists, vermin, radical, lunatics, demonic, evil, fascists, Marxists, communists, garbage, the enemy of the people, treasonous, animals, degenerates, Jew haters, lowlives, and this is an incomplete list. But as per usual, what they refuse to acknowledge is, you motherfuckers made the new rules, bro. You made the new rules. We're just abiding by them. We're just living by them now. They really expected that they could spit in our eye and smack us across the face and body slam us and piss on us and shit on us day after day, month after month, year after year, and have us sit there and go, "Oh, I would still like to do bipartisanship and negotiation, Papa. I would still like to reach across the aisle to my fellow distinguished congresspeople." No, we got the message. You hate us, you think we're evil, you think we're terrible, you think we're horrible because we want people to have health care, and we want people to have an education, and we want to tax the rich, and we want to end the wars. We get it. You hate us. Okay, message received. So now, finally, we're waking up. We're done with that, honestly, bullshit of when they go low, we go high. No, bitch, when they go low, we go lower now. And they're going to whine, and they're going to cry, and they're going to bitch, and they're going to moan, but at the end of the day, we're going to fucking beat them. You want to know why? There's more of us than there are of them. And I'm sorry, there's even Republicans who would look at this guy going, "What happened to the decorum?" And they're going, "Really? Really? Are we going to sit here and pretend like our guy's not the most crass, crude motherfucker on the planet, most no-filter having motherfucking ass on the planet? Are you kidding me? What kind of a sick joke is this?" He has the nerve to pretend, literally, as Jake Tapper said, in this speech, he's going, these Democrats are crazy. They're so crazy. They won't clap. They won't stand. They're not clapping and standing because you're doing some like vice signaling bullshit. At one point he was like, stand up and clap if you think we should put Americans over undocumented immigrants. We all see what you're doing there. We weren't fucking born yesterday. Somebody said on Twitter, it's like saying, do this or you're gay. Like somebody says that in like elementary school or something. He's doing the adult equivalent of that. Like, yeah, we know what you're doing. Also, we knew what you were doing when you're bringing up example after example of like an immigrant committing a crime or a black person committing a crime. The subtext there is black people bad, immigrants bad, brown people bad, white nationalism good. We weren't born yesterday. So yeah, they're not going to stand up and clap because you brought some fucking victim here who you're using to try to demagogue against all people of color. Like, fuck you. How about that? We're not playing this game anymore. We're not playing this game anymore. In the past, they could shame Democrats and liberals and leftists into backing away from their shit. This new breed of Democrat and liberal and leftist is going, sorry, we're done here. We're done here. And by the way, it's not a coincidence that the ones who stand up and actually did some dope ass shit, it's the furthest left flank. It's Al Green, it's Ilhan Omar, it's Rashida Tlaib. It's the fucking real ones, okay? It's the real ones. Because understand, they never gave a fuck about decorum. They never gave a fuck about civility. They never, ever. It's just a rhetorical tool and trick that they use to come after you to accept their abuse. The entire Republican Party is a fascist gaslighting party. That's what it is. It's just what it is. But I'm not done yet because here you had Sean Duffy bitching and moaning and whining and crying about, the Democrats are so mean. Right, the Democrats. The party that they asked independents, and I think it was like 14% of independents said the Democrats are a strong party. It's like 70% said they're weak. Yeah, those guys are super unreasonable and always smearing you. Like, stop. Just stop. But the reaction from the public to this speech was also not great. So it was, the numbers were, according to CNN, significantly lower than even Joe Biden. And Joe Biden, as you all know, he was barely alive in those last 2 years. Biden got a better score than Trump did. But now we have some clips here. This is from a town hall they did, or not a town hall. This is from a focus group they did at CNN after the speech. Let's take a look.
The thing that I missed the most was a focus on the economy and looking forward. And Supreme Court struck the tariffs down, and he's going for another round of tariffs. And I also think that's the wrong direction. Tariffs cost our company a lot of money. Our costs are up, and we need to control our costs. And without raising rates, we can't give raises to our employees. We can't help them. So I'm stuck in that kind of vicious cycle of raise the rates, prices go up, raise the rates, and how do we continue that?
We don't. Things break. I got another one for you. Here we go.
I didn't like the speech because he did not talk about what he was doing to make our lives better. As Governor Spanberger said, is the president working to make our lives better? No. James Carville said, it's the economy. And it still is the economy. And he's not talking about that at all.
Wait, what about the Trump accounts? What about the tax cuts? Did that move you at all? Did that make you feel like he's on your side?
No.
The tax cuts are for billionaires, and the Trump accounts are a scam.
No, it did not.
Why not?
He talked about
God, by the way, let me just say, I fucking love black women. We need more black women. How many times have they tried to fucking save this country from itself?
the healthcare plan. Where is his healthcare plan? People's health insurance premiums are going up. What is he doing for that? What is he doing for our seniors?
100%. She's exactly right. Like I said, I had to watch the whole thing. I had to suffer through it because it's my job. I had to deliver you guys a breakdown after the fact. You can go check that out. It's up on the channel. But like, seemingly for the second half of the speech, it was all about like giving people medals, right? They kept giving people Presidential Medal of Freedom, the Congressional Medal of Honor, whatever the fuck. They were giving out all these medals, right? And then when he wasn't doing that, he was talking about some gruesome, bloody-ass murder that he's trying to blame on an immigrant. Okay. One of them wasn't even committed by an immigrant, but he was pretending like it was committed by an immigrant. That was weird. And then he was doing warmongering bullshit. Talking to Iran and they're developing a nuke and we gotta stop them, and Venezuela. They brought in one of the guys who was on the Venezuela raid who got like injured but didn't die, and they're giving him a medal, and Trump's telling the story and like stumbling through it, barely able to put the sentences together, where he's saying, it was so heroic when we illegally invaded that country and abducted their leader and carpet bombed Caracas and killed an 80-year-old grandma named Rosa Gonzalez and a single mother of two who got killed while we were murdering innocent people. Like, I'm sorry, bro, this isn't hitting. It drove me crazy, and I said this, I think, at the time. It drove me crazy that they're treating the Venezuela thing like it's some, like, World War II level heroics type shit. Like, no, what we're doing is illegal under U.S. law, under international law. You invaded a sovereign country, abducted their sovereign leader. Now you're stealing the oil and you're selling it, and you got hundreds of millions of dollars in a private bank account of Trump's in Qatar. This is like mob level criminality. It is like if I told you years ago that this is going to happen, they're going to kidnap the leader of Venezuela, then they're going to steal the oil and sell it and put it in their private bank account, you would say, even they are not that criminal. Even they are not that brazen. It turns out they are. And he's up there talking about this shit like it's some massive triumph and that everybody should be, oh, yes, sir, do more illegal wars, do more illegal regime change. Meanwhile, people can't pay the fucking bills. People are struggling. They're getting kicked off their health care. Trump and Republicans are cutting health care. 700 hospitals are fucking shutting down. Trump's giving $40 billion to Argentina and billions of dollars more to Israel for them to finish the genocide. Like, it is so out of touch. And now everybody is witnessing it. And that's why the reactions have been overwhelmingly horrible. And I haven't even said anything about the motherfucker's style. Like, Trump, throughout the whole speech, it was like, it's certainly the second half, he was like, and we got through the mountains of Valley Forge, and we ran the ramparts and grabbed the Ranzenberger. He turned into low energy Jeb. His eyes were 90% shut. His hand was rotting away in real time. You could see his hand was some color that doesn't even exist in nature. It turned into some like yellowish, brownish weirdness with a hint of purple. It was like, what is going on? It's because he's taking medicine, having it injected into his hand, probably to deal with early Alzheimer's, by the way, but that's neither here nor there. And you could tell he's like, anyway, you guys get the point. But it wasn't hidden. Let's just say that. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.